2022. It was a wonderful year. I had so many things to do, but I wasted almost the entire year, at least every Wednesday night, from 9 p.m. PPT until about 10:30. Yeah, 10:30, right. Try 11 o'clock, watching GoGameGo. I just want to tell you this right now. Damn you, GoGameGo.
The live
how
Papa
about that?
Pete intro.
That was a live Papa Pete. Damn you, Go Game Go. Oh, that was great.
It don't get no better than that.
Well, we can't do any better, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.
Casey Nightall is here.
I got a mess here today because I got my new computer rolling, so it's like
that's awesome.
Yikes.
Blake's here.
Blake.
Well, Papa Pete was here. You saw him.
Yeah.
Salvatore's here. Hey, Salvatore. PJ's here. Yeah, good night. Casey is wearing his Damn You Go Game Go shirt right now.
Oh, man. That's freaking brilliant. Hey, we'll get down to the store soon. It was so funny. I was just talking to Blake about heading down there, and I was like, sometime soon, but all of a sudden he's like, so when are we gonna go? I'm like, whoa, I don't know. I haven't even worked out when I can go. So, but
Casey got his shirts, and he got a Spiker cartridge in box today on television.
Send us a photo and we'll put it on.
So wait a minute. So Pete, was your intro, was it messed up? I mean, we were here just listening to it live, so in StreamYard, so it sounded fine to us. Did it not show up?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Okay.
If no one heard it, it was hilarious.
Ask Stuart if he's meeting up with me at Vintage Vinyl. And the response, is he watching Rise of Skywalker? No, but I did turn down watching Black Adam with my wife last night. I was like, no, that's 2 hours that I'd rather use elsewhere. So has anybody seen Black Adam yet? All I've seen is the pitch meeting about it. That's all I need to see.
Well, it sounds like you're not going to see another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess they were not happy with it, so I don't think we're going to see it again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here you go. Casey's Damn You Go Game Go shirt and a Spiker.
Perfect. Stashnet. And happy holidays to you too.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's our last show before the end of the year. How about that?
Right? And it was Christmas between last show and this one, right?
It was.
So did everybody have a great holiday, I hope? Everybody
had a good time.
Video games or anything for Christmas?
I did pick up, well, it wasn't for Christmas, it just happened to come out on the 23rd. I picked up Sports Story for Switch. And it's kind of a sequel to Golf Story. It's the same guys who did it.
Yeah.
Same type premise where you're this kid, you're living in this town and you're running around doing things. It's kind of like an RPG.
Okay. Yeah.
But not quite. It's just a lot of fun. You play different sports, not just golf, and you're in the middle of this story. There's all this intrigue, there's mystery and everything, and it's very much like Golf Story. I think just a lot more, and it's really good.
Wow. What are the sports that are involved?
Oh shoot, golf, tennis.
Okay.
I think there might even be cricket in there. These guys are Australian.
Wow,
I
cricket.
think baseball.
Crikey.
I don't know. I did play a little volleyball, but I don't know if that's a full-fledged game or not, or just part of a small thing. Like you go on these quests, you got to figure stuff out. Now, the only bad thing is, I came across there's a part where I'm in a cave and I have to find these 3 mine carts and move them to where they need to go.
Yeah.
And so I moved the first one. And I was looking for the second one. The game just quit on me. It just crashed.
Whoa, hello.
Which is very unusual. So I restarted, went back under my task, and it says you have to collect 0 of 3. No, you have collected 0 of 3 mine cards. So it didn't count my one that I did, which is, big deal. I went to go redo it, and the mine cart is in the position of where I pushed it. So I've already found that one, but it doesn't count it, which means I can never get all 3 then, because one's in position. I don't know. I guess I could try the other 2 to see if it somehow unlocks, but they did say they're having a patch come out for some other things. There's been a few bugs, nothing bad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wait for the patch. If it doesn't fix it, I'm not that far into the game. I'm like 3 hours, no, 5 hours. So if it doesn't fix it, I'm just gonna restart it because the game's too much fun to not do. So apparently, I guess there may have been another Black Adam, but no rock in it.
Yeah.
Hey, Splatoon 3.
That's one of the things that he mentions. Why can't I say his name? Ryan George. Ryan George is the gentleman who does this pitch meeting that I put in the name. I put it in down here in the chat. And he did a great, all of these movie review things that he does as himself conversing with himself as writer and producer channel. They just make you think of all the things that even with some classic things that we've already seen, like I'm eager to see, and he would do it if I sent him a note. I guess he asks for ideas. I would love for him to go through Planet of the Apes. Would be a great one, I think. But he goes through and he just says certain things. They're just funny. They're just funny ways to do it. And he was mentioning he did the one on Black Adam. So just make sure you check that out. Especially Casey. Yeah, Casey saw it. So yeah, if you've seen the movie, but then also look at the ones for like for Harry Potter. I mean, we have seen these films. We're all like, oh yeah, but then when he's going through it like that, like, yeah, I don't know why they did it that way. Why would they drop off this baby with this horrible family? And just certain questions he brings up. So
your sound,
but
is
Black
off.
Adam, it's like, I'm not a hero. How are we going to know
your sound is not synced up with your video?
Me? It's not?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
It's like watching a martial arts film. You're just a little bit off.
Oh, trust me, I'm way off.
Stashnet, there's my friend code.
Ta-da!
Take a screenshot and send me a friend thing. We can play some Splatoon 3 together if you want.
The only thing you didn't say is it lasts longer. I would love to see a remastered full version of New Year's Rockin' Eve 75, hosted live by Chicago.
I was going to ask why 75, but I assume it's because it was hosted by Chicago.
Wow, hosted by Chicago in 75. Wow, thank you, Salvatore. I want. Have you looked out there? Is it not out there on YouTube? Oh, you're saying a remastered full version. So you could probably find it on YouTube, but it may look like crap. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
What is a remaster? They did a remake.
Maybe GoGameGo should sponsor something like that, where we start doing that. Because here's the thing. I don't think anybody has to be upset about New Year's, but remember when we were growing up, it just seemed like, I don't know. It just seemed like we could really keep track of it better.
What's that?
I always feel like it gets by me, and all of a sudden it's midnight. But
Oh, the day or
like the celebrations on television.
I
You
haven't
know,
watched any celebration on television in a long time. I don't.
because we can't identify. So here's my thing:
I guess they still do them.
why wouldn't we like sponsor a thing like that where we do start collecting a collection of the New Year's things? So if you have a favorite one, it would be like your favorite Christmas movies, and you just buy the years that you like, and then you just put that on every year. What do you want? You want to do 76, 75, 82, you know, so you could actually just get into it every year, you know, and do a New Year's celebration based on years that you actually knew and cared about. You know, I'm not saying we don't care about these people that are on the one every year now, but I mean, we've got the technology. Why don't we just start doing that? And then you could just have the New Year's collection and watch the ones that you want. I don't know. Just an idea.
Just an idea.
I'm an idea guy.
Lance Jennings is here.
Hey, Lance.
Yeah, smash that like button.
I have heard of that guy.
So
see? Exactly, Stu. I would watch 75 New Year's every year. See, that would be like watching your favorite movie every year.
I've got a quick pie story.
Ooh, I love pie.
So they made a chocolate pie.
Ooh.
I get a big slice. I go sit in the chair, and I'm thinking, I need to get some whipped cream on this. So I stand up with the pie. Something happens, and the pie slides off my plate and goes straight down. But here's the thing.
But
it didn't hit the ground.
What?
I had my slippers there, and it didn't even hit. Like, it didn't really hit the slipper. It went into the hole where you put your foot.
No.
It went directly, like, smack right in the middle of it. Didn't touch the slipper, like the sides or anything. Went straight in it. So I just picked up my shoe, walked to the trash can, and went boop.
You're like, I know where my feet have been.
I was upset when the pie fell, but I saw it fall right in the slipper. I mean, a perfect shot. I was like, that's pretty impressive. That was good.
But I still can't eat it.
Just went right in there. It was crazy.
I still can't eat it.
Oh, you know, with end of the year, Christmas and New Year's, there's a lot of Rankin Bass stuff. You know, well, it used to pop up. I don't even show it anymore.
Yeah.
I watched a video on, it was called something like, what happened to the puppets from the Rankin and Bass?
Yes, I've often wondered myself.
Well, this there was a guy on Antique Roadshow, I guess years ago, and he said his mom worked for Rankin and Bass, and I guess when they shut down or when she quit, I don't know, she basically took all the puppets there in the where she worked and took them home. I assume they don't care. I don't know.
Wow.
He didn't say she stole them or anything, but wait, what's Pete saying here? How much pie do you buy a size 10? It's a size 12, Pete.
Can I have a size 10 piece, please? It's like a pie bowling alley.
Oh. So this guy said his mom took him home, and he said every Christmas she'd take out these original puppets from the show and put them around the tree, and the kids would all play with them.
Oh my God.
So eventually,
that's awesome.
They didn't store them properly. At some point, they said the puppets melted down, so they had to just throw them away.
Oh no.
Yeah, what Stash not saying is true. Santa and Rudolph survived. They were in bad shape. Santa, you know, he had the mustache in two pieces that went up. He just had the one. And it was like just kind of like all twisted. But then apparently, I guess Rankin or Bass, one of them, I guess, had some, and they popped up, and but I didn't even know this. They said that these puppets are all made in Japan. There was a company there that made them all by hand, and they were like, I don't know, so big. You know, they're pretty small.
Yeah,
And,
but still, that's bigger than I thought.
And apparently they kept a lot of these, and they're on display over there in Japan, like some Rankin and Bass
A museum thing?
museum or not. I guess there's a section of some museum that's got it in there.
Wow.
So there are several that are still around.
Wow. Oh my God. This mouse is driving me bananas.
It's not the no button mouse, is it?
No, it's just my old one that I had for my old Mac stuff. And it's probably just, I probably could move it over. I've got to get, are there drivers for Wacom tablets? Do you have to get a driver for a Wacom tablet?
I don't know if I still do them or not. I haven't had a tablet in years.
I hadn't either, and I just bought this new one, and I guess I could have hooked it up on the PC, but I don't know. The unsolved mystery of Yukon Cornelius.
So it was a weird holiday for me because I watched several movies, which is really weird.
Yeah. Did you watch Christmas with the Cranks?
Nope, never seen it.
Oh, what?
Never seen it. Let's see. I watched.
Well, here's a weird one for you. I did just watch that movie, and then my son said, "Oh yeah, that's good." I go, "You told me it was crap. You gave me garbage when I was buying it on Amazon. When did I do that? I don't know, like 5 years ago." And he's like, "Oh, that's garbage. I don't know why you'd buy that." I go, "It's $5. I'm just gonna buy it." But then the other day when I'm talking to him on Christmas Day, I think it was, he's like, "Oh, why would I have said that?" I don't know, because his wife likes it. So I don't know. So you saw.
Oh, well, I guess the last one we watched was Wrongfully Accused with Leslie Nielsen. Have you ever seen that?
No, but I know of it. It's just those were never my style.
I have not seen Christmas with the Cranks. Trust me. I don't even know what it is.
But she's saying that you did.
Did not. Oh, yeah.
I have a similar situation with my wife. She'll do
Burgermeister, Meister Burger.
Meister Burger.
What are they talking about?
We did just watch that the other night.
Wrongfully Accused with Leslie Nielsen. It's basically
Leslie Nielsen,
Naked Gun 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a cop or anything, but he's trying to solve a crime, and it was pretty good. I mean, I was shocked that it was good at all. So if you like Naked Gun, go check out Wrongfully Accused. It's who
was in that? Was that
I don't know besides him.
Okay.
Richard Crenna was in it.
Did he have a love interest in it or anything?
He did. I don't know. I've never seen her before.
Which one's Presley in?
The Naked Gun ones. At least the first one. I don't know if she's in all of them, isn't she?
I don't know.
I think she is.
Again, I never got into those, really. I'm just not my style.
I love those. I'm trying to see.
Airplane. Yes.
Somebody sent me a bunch of pictures. Oh, darn it. What was...
They're not naked pictures.
No. I'm trying to think of his YouTube name, like Kid Grizzo. I'm sorry if I can't remember your name. You know what? He's on Twitter. I wonder if he's used the same name on Twitter. Time for a Police Squad marathon. Police Squad. Oh my God, I love that.
You had this up here before, and I totally did not get it. I totally didn't. I love Heat Messer, and what's other guy, Mr. Freeze?
Okay, it was Kid Guzzy.
Heat Messer.
Kid Guzzy's.
Kid Guzzy.
We were talking about the Channel F, the Fairchild Channel F. And so he left some messages on the video talking about it because he's like a Channel F expert here, which is awesome. Because I was saying I had heard that it was like an 8-track.
Oh.
And he said, no, it has a microchip in it. But I'm trying to pull up one of these pictures here. Let's see. Share screen. Share screen.
My secondary lighting is going bad over here. I did go to the store. Has anybody done any after Christmas shopping? Oh, there you go.
There you go. So it's the same size
wow.
as a cartridge.
Wow, that's who is that? Where's that 8-track? Is this a photo of it?
Yeah.
That you got off the internet?
No, this was sent to us by Kid Guzzy.
Wow, and they have Grand Funk on 8-track. Wow. Closer to home. I think I have that on vinyl.
One thing I like about you can't really. I guess maybe I should have put these inside of the show here. Okay, so here you go. Just to show, because when they said it was like an 8-track, I thought they meant the tape part. But here he goes. He opened one up. It's an actual chip. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's really cool.
Dang.
I know you just put that where I just read that.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so PJ and Lance, I guess PJ, have you played it? I know Lance has. Their controller has like almost like a little triangle, the button I think on top. Did you do it like this, or did you do like that?
All I think is Morgan Fairchild.
The Morgan Fairchild, Channel F.
You know what? I think that they modeled Jessica on Santa Claus is Coming to Town after Morgan Fairchild. That's what I think.
Yeah. So I wanted to thank Kid Guzzy because he sent all these pictures. Awesome that he did that. I wonder if he's watching right now. That'd be cool.
I think it's friggin' awesome that they had a Grand Funk 8-track.
No kidding. Someone still has it.
Oh man. Anyway.
Oh, so also I watched.
Yeah, I hear you, Stashnet. You watched what?
Now the cool thing about Splatoon 3 Stashnet is it's a four-person team. So don't worry if you don't do well to start with. You still got 3 other teammates to bring up.
And there's your answer.
Interesting.
Held the top triangular part, felt it worked well for the time.
Yes, the aquarium is still around. It's doing well. It's in our dining room.
It's doing well.
It's a big hit whenever people come over.
It had a slight cough about a week ago, and that seems to be gone.
Oh, so we watched Krampus for the first time, or Krampus, however you want to pronounce it.
That's right. I was wanting to watch that.
I couldn't believe it, but I loved it. I thought it was like the art direction was just amazing. They built the neighborhood. I can't really say too much. Well, as somebody who hasn't seen it, but just the atmosphere and the art direction of the whole show was really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, story mode's great. Stashing it. Try the card game too. You might like the card game as well. That's neat. And then we watch. I know you watch this too. Oh
God!
Violent
Here
Night
it comes. I just don't. It was so horrible.
I loved it.
I know. Everybody is like, I love this.
Watch it next year.
And I'm like, I'll never watch this again. It's so. The only thing I kept saying is, for whom did they make this movie? Because there's going to be people who are letting their kids watch this.
Oh, it has to be a rated R film. I mean, it was brutal.
Oh, it's like
it's for adults. It's not for kids at all.
Well, you know what? That would be a movie that if it came out the same time as RoboCop, it would have been X. Because RoboCop was X. They rated it X and had to pull some of the bullets out of it, is basically what had to happen. So, like, if you watched it now, it's the Criterion version is what you're buying now. But there's like, I don't know how many more, 7 more bullets, 10 more bullets that go into the guy in the very beginning in that board meeting, or in that, corporate meeting that they're having. And when the Ed 209 doesn't shut down, it's like, and, at that point where you're like, God, that's enough. There's a little more. And they had to yank just that much out of it to make it an R rating. So it's like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's rated R. Why? Because he just drops F-bombs at the end of the movie. You're like, why is this rated R? There is not. Oh, okay, there it is. He's like,
I wish we could talk about the movie because it's too new. I can't really say anything about it.
What, Violent
Night? Yeah, because it just came out, so it's not like it's been out for 6 months or anything. It's only been out for what, 3-4 weeks?
CC Mental loved Violent Night. Not the same old, same old. It is totally the same old, same old. It is totally Die Hard meets Home Alone. That's all that it is. With all the F-bombs, all the S-bombs. It's just like,
I've seen Die Hard, but I haven't seen Home Alone, so I don't know about that one.
Oh man, it is just fluff, sheep, fluff, sheep, fluff. That's what it is. The whole freaking movie.
I mean, I can't get into it, but I will say I like Santa's backstory.
Well, that was the only good thing. I'm like, oh, cool, he's a Viking. But I'm like, oh my God, it's got this cute little girl in it, and she's throughout the whole movie, and she's the one that goes all home alone. And then, but I'm like, well, are families watching this? Because
no, it's not for kids at all. It's just for adults.
No. And it's so mean. It is just like, man, I don't know. I don't know, man.
I do have a sad story to bring the whole stream to a halt here. Poor Perry on Christmas night.
Oh.
She was she's okay.
Okay.
But she was standing by the steps going to the basement. The cats hang out there.
The cats, like they're smoking cigarettes.
Well, it's funny because Perry can't go down the steps for some reason. She won't go down. I don't know why she's scared. She's gone up and down steps all the time. I don't know why she doesn't like these steps. Mm-hmm. So the cats figure that out right away. So sometimes they'll come and they'll sit on the very top step. And then here's the floor. They're like one step down. And they'll just sit there. They know Perry can't get them because she won't go down the steps. But for some reason, she was looking at the steps and she turned around. And Nathan walked by and I guess it spooked her. She backed up just a little bit and she tumbled all the way down the steps. And he said when she got to the bottom, she popped up and was walking around. It's funny. He said she didn't make any noise or anything. And she's like a 5-pound chihuahua. Everyone's seen Perry on here. And
oh my God.
But she was she'd been outside, so she had all this covering. She had like 2 shirts and a puffy jacket when she fell down. So thankfully, I think that saved her like ribs. But she is hobbling around her back legs. She's walking fine. She's not like wincing. She's not making any noise.
Right.
But I'm sure it hurts because she's just walking real gingerly.
Shoot.
But she's doing fine though.
Oh, that's rough.
It was a little scary because she could be. When we got her, they said she was 2 or 3, which would make her now 14 or 15. So she's not a young dog. So
B-17 bomber voice.
The stairs go down into the below ground floor.
Yes.
Yes, the basement.
The basement.
Yeah, I think that big coat saved her. I really do. So she had a terrible Christmas.
Oh, God. I could just hear her all the way down. Son of a bitch. Son of a
It was just funny. My son said she just rolled down, she hit the ground, and just popped up and started walking.
And did she ascend the stairs to get out?
Yeah, I didn't ask. I'm guessing my son probably went down and grabbed her and picked her up.
Okay.
She can go up the stairs, so we've taken her down there and she's gone up.
Oh yeah, so it's just the going down.
Which I don't get it, because we lived somewhere else that had a bunch of stairs and she was going up and down, no problem.
Maybe you got a ghost down there.
Maybe he pulled her down.
I mean,
maybe her tail crossed the little barrier and they.
You do it. And that didn't make her open a portal into another world. You know,
that's interesting. They won't go into the basement. Now, is your basement finished or unfinished? Because in our previous house, Perry would go up and down the steps to the basement all the time, but the basement was finished.
Right.
This one, the stairs, are open. It's just a wood slat and then open, wood slat, open.
See, that they probably don't like that.
Which is interesting, because I don't know how I'm not sure how she figured it out, because she never went down. Because if you're staring down, you can't tell they're open. I mean, if you're a human, those are open stairs. But
yeah,
she's looking down. You'd think she would have gone down. And
you should carpet the stairs and see what happens.
Die Hard meets Home Alone.
I see.
I can tell Plaza. And now I have a machine gun, you filthy animal.
Filthy animal.
It's going to be a holiday classic. A Christmas classic.
God, no.
Wait for Violent Night 2.
Oh, dude. I will say they did a great job on the photo, because I'm just tired of that guy. He's typecast as a sloppy dude just all the time. Do we need a heavy set sloppy dude with that sad sack look?
That's the sheriff from Stranger Things, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then he was the whatever the heck. I can't even remember what the name of the character is, and he played that in it's not Crimson Dynamo. And he was in Black Widow. But he's chubby. He was like supposed to be like a rundown version of that character.
Salvatore, it's the same thing with Perry. She will not go down the open stairs, but she will go up. Which makes no sense, because going down the open stairs, she can't see that it's open. Going up, it's completely open. She can see it every step of the way. I don't understand it either.
Might just be the echo of the stairs or something with her.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something. And it's not odd. It's not like the steps are really far apart.
Yeah.
They're just normal.
Because like you say, that's what I would think. It's like you just, I mean,
or it's the ghost.
Could be. Like, we're hoping that Daphne can get in tomorrow, because she's got a little, it kind of reminded me of your situation where you had the fluid build up, and she's got that in her ear, and we just called. I noticed it a few days ago, and then I've been keeping an eye on it, and it's been about the same size, but then we called today and they're like, oh, we want to see her as soon as we can. If we have a because it could be this. And I'm like, oh, I get emotional about it, because I'm like, oh my God, this is my little baby. And
it's rough when your pets get sick, man.
Yeah. So I'm hoping we get in there pretty quick tomorrow. They're going to call us early in the morning and let us know if they got a cancellation or if we can sneak her in there tomorrow.
Yeah. Hopefully she can get in.
I mean, when they say that stuff, don't you wish that they would just say, bring her in? I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
it kind of drives me nuts that you make it sound not necessarily dire, but importante, and then you're like, maybe I can get in, or I hope I can get you in. Well, don't you want to see her now? I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like when the guy's like, well, it's a 50-50 chance that you might have cancer. Aren't you worried about that? Well, I don't know. I can't do anything about it. I don't know. You've just told me this. I don't know. What do you want me to freak out? I'm not going to do that. That's why you're here.
Papa Pete, with 5 cats, a dog, and a snake, I'm going to need a bigger mantle.
Snakes or spiders, Jeff?
Which do I hate more?
Yeah. Well,
What do you mean? Like,
hate,
what would I rather have in my house?
if you're in a room and a snake shows up, I mean, if you bump into one, which one is going to bug you more?
I guess the snake, because I mean, I can just step on a spider. But
yeah, but oh man, Christine showed me a video the other day of good reasons to have a cat, and they have a video with somebody holding their cat up, and there's this big ass spider on the wall. I mean, it was like,
oh yeah, our 2 cats here, and we have like rarely see a bug. They take care of them.
They take care of it, yeah.
Because especially in the basement, there are a few that pop up here and there, but they just go there and just tear the hell out of it and then eat it. I have, like, by the front door here, we've had Bongo like just staring at the door. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he'll pounce, and there's a bug I didn't even see, and he grabs them and rips them apart and eats them. Oh, that's it's pretty handy to have around. It's like better than a exterminator. These guys just do it for free.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, we get to eat
well, you
these
got to feed
bugs,
them,
and we don't have to pay you for anything. Yeah.
No, but you do have to feed me, and you got to empty my box, and you have to do all that. So it's not scot-free. So crap out of a spider. Yeah. Love hunting garter snakes outside too. Wow.
Cats love to kill things.
It would bring them back and torment them on the cement walkway. Oh, if you want to hear something funny, speaking of pitch meeting, watch the pitch meeting. I mean, they're all funny to me. I just think they're hilarious. But the one he did on the Cats, the movie Cats, freaking hilarious. Because that movie must have just been ridiculous. I'll never watch it, but that movie must have been ridiculous. I don't even remember what the word is that they have. The whole first song is about this word, and I can't remember what it is because it's a nonsense word. And but it was everything to them. And if like Pete probably knows what it is. I'm sure Pete's seen Cats, right? Veterinarians are always packed between. Yeah, a few days in the year, a lot of holiday accidents, COVID protocols. Yeah, it's very tough to see it. Yeah. I'm sure everything will work out fine. I'm confident that that'll be the case. So, but yeah, yep. Oh, what is this? The Key and Peele pitch meeting skit for Gremlins 2 is hilarious. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out because I do love those. I mean, what's funny is the things that he brings up that you're just like, watch the pitch meeting for Polar Express since it's the holidays. It's hilarious because that's the way I feel about the movie. I'm like, okay, it's just children get on a train with strangers and they're in peril every 5 minutes. What the hell? What makes you might as well just watch violent?
I never watched that movie. It just creeped me out looking at the people in it, and I was like, Saboteur. One of my favorite GoGameGo conversations of the year, tweeting Elon Musk to say,
and then we actually made the scenes a little bit the next day, right?
Oh, I heard there was a lot of videos about it, but it's like, geez, people, get a sense of humor.
People are trying to
I'm
rip
sure
on
my
us.
tweet was going to make it to Elon Musk.
So I didn't watch the movie since I
Did you
didn't see
want
it.
Polar Express, Pete?
This is a poke at me right there. He's just poking him. I have no opinion on it since I didn't see it. I don't have an opinion on it. I just won't see it. Because there's, is Phoebe Cates, was she in Gremlins too? Or just the first one?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if I saw 2.
Was there a 2?
Yeah. Was there Gremlins 2? Yes. Will there be a Violent Night 2?
Oh, there will be.
If it takes place in an airport, I'm going to freak out. An airport in New York. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be at an airport in New York. Just like Die Hard 2 and Home Alone 2. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, it took us 40 minutes before we said anything about 2022. And it was Saboteur bringing us back around. She was in Gremlins 2.
Okay, well, there you go then. It's worth watching. Never watched Polar Express either. Yeah, why? What was he saying? The kids did.
Oh, his kids watched it.
Yeah, the kids did back in the day. Okay, yeah.
I don't have any desire to see it.
Yeah,
violent. If it makes enough money, there'll be a second one for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't realize that it was at the theaters first. Is that correct? I guess.
I think it's in the theaters and streaming at the same time.
Okay, like a lot of things like that. Yeah.
Maybe you guys get forced to watch Hallmark Christmas movies.
You know what, Stashnet? I almost, if I'd have been back on now, I was gonna start. I don't know if you remember or not, but I bought all those dollar store Blu-rays because I wanted the cases, and I figured, just buy up the cases. Buy up the movies with the 2 disc, thing. And then I'll have a bunch of cases, So I did that, and now I have a bunch of movies that are from the dollar store. Now there are some big names in these, like what's his name? Jesse. He was in the Zombieland. He was in the movie about Facebook. Jesse Eisenfleiser, whatever his name is.
You're starting to sound like the Swedish chef.
Jesse Eisenfleiser. Whatever the hell it is, Isengard, whatever. So anyway, he's in one of them. And there's Tom, what the hell's his name? Starts with a B. He's probably in his 60s, 70s now. Tom Berenger. He's in one called American Dresser. There's, so there are all these movies that I have no clue if they're good. So I was going to watch those. So I'm still going to do it. And I'm still going to do this is what I got at the dollar store.
I've never seen it, Pete, but I'm guessing no.
I'm going to go. It could have been a hot tub, though. It was winter. So maybe there's a hot tub.
Happy New Year, Retro Bro.
Retro Bro. Hi, man.
Thanks for stopping by.
So anyway, but there was a couple of those movies that I bought that were holiday movies. So
Pete, let me first say you're mean to your boyfriend, the stash for making him watch those.
I forced
how many movies do they make a year?
Oh, they made too many. They make too many.
Do they make like 10 new ones a year or something? Because I mean, I have a channel and it's just like nonstop. All these other movies, like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, they all kind of look the same, don't they? Isn't it like, it all looks like, a guy and a girl, they maybe cross paths for the first time, or maybe from a long time ago, and they get together, and all of a sudden they're dating at Christmas.
It's like Elvis movies, boy meets girl, blah, blah, blah. It's all of that stuff. Yeah.
Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Gremlins is Christmas. So is Die Hard.
And Violent Night.
so Stashnet, you don't do the whole like Clockwork Orange thing when you force them to watch it, do you? Or is there a deal that gets made? You know, I'll make you your favorite dinner if you sit down and watch this with me, or how's that work? Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Salvatore, can I have you help me out here? Can you tell me what you watch? There's multiple versions of that. And I wonder which one, because Santa Claus shows up in that. Sometimes it's funny to watch a bad movie.
Definitely.
You know, Stashnet, I finished Violent Night. I went ahead, you know, I mean, because I look at it this way, it's not like I'm watching, you know, a shit Marvel movie, right? So Marvel movies, again, the problems I have with these new Marvel movies, it's just that they're bad movies. It's got Disney owns them. It's got nothing to do with the lore, because I've given up on that. They're just shit movies that don't make sense. But so when it comes to something like that or Star Wars, I'm not going to watch crap, even though I heard Andor is pretty good. Still not even, I'm not interested in engaging with it. But this Violent Night was all by itself, you know, set apart from anything else. So I thought, oh, what the hell? I'll go ahead and watch it. And it was horrible. But again, I get it. People dig the raucous, you know, whatever the hell thing.
Well, Ian says that Hallmark makes like up to 20 a year sometimes. Christmas movies, man. Do they show those during the year besides Christmas? Because they have so many of them at this point.
I don't know that they would do that, but they probably start them quite early, having them out there. You know,
hey, one more quarter. How's it going?
You know,
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Built an entire streaming service based on that philosophy. Yeah. Yep. My sister and sister-in-law are both Hallmark and movie addicts. Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie. Willie.
It's a Christmas movie.
It's for Christmas. Lacey Chabert is worth watching in the Hallmark
Who
movie.
is that? That sounds familiar. Who is that person?
Lacey Chabert.
Oh, not sure.
Oh, his mom gave us a Hallmark bingo game. Said if I get bingo,
That's pretty good.
Bingo, can we shut off the movie? Okay, so I didn't like the movie because again, it did a bad thing with a female character. I just don't like when they do that. Like her, I'll go back to it again. Hermione in the first Harry Potter, in the book, she moves on after Ron is hurt or loses in the chess game. Then in the book, she goes on forward because the next challenge is potions, and she's all about potions. So she gets to shine her knowledge of potions, just like Ron got to shine in his knowledge of chess, right? And doing his sacrifice. Well, not in the movie. They cut that part out of the movie, and she stops and she plays nursemaid to Ron, who's hurt, but still alive. I mean, he just fell off a freaking horse. That's it. He hits a whomping tree with a freaking flying car later. They spend 2 seconds on that. You know, they smash into a freaking tree. I don't know. But in the first movie, they make her stay with him and not have her moment. So it's the same thing with the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, where at the end of the story, Aslan looks at Lucy and says, hey. And she's like, oh, yeah, I have the potion stuff, so I'll use that. And you know what, Aslan? I could probably use that for everybody else too. And he's like, good thinking. But in the movie, he looks at her and then he like goads her on to don't you think you could help everybody else? She's like, oh, I could do that. And you're like, don't do that. Don't take it away from her. She's smart enough to figure out. But the old BBC one with, what's her name? Why can't I say her name? But the animated one is the one I really like too. So
it's late in the year, but Big Block sneaks one in for comment of the year here.
Have a happy ending. College buddies like porn.
Big Block. Oh my gosh. Awesome.
And most times it had many happy endings in a porn film.
Yes, Hallmark has Christmas in July.
See, there you go.
And then they started showing movies in October.
Hey, I was right.
Wow.
I was right. And I don't mean I'm right because I watch Hallmark films, although there's nothing wrong with that.
I wonder if there's any chance they'll just go all Christmas movies.
I vote for Big Block's comment.
and he's out.
All right, we need to start doing, maybe for 2023, that's what we should do. Whenever there's like the best comment of the night, we save it. And at the very end, maybe we can read them all off and have maybe we can do a bracket show. The best comments of the year.
I said that was the same exact reason my college buddies liked porn.
Stuart, what is your game of the year?
Yeah, I would think that I'd probably say Bayonetta 3, but I haven't gotten into it yet. But I think the Mario Kart 8 still
the DLC
was great for me because of all those new tracks and everything. And we were just playing them the other day and having a blast. I was actually beating my kids.
Now, did you see? Apparently, I haven't even looked into it yet, but apparently you can now set up the weapons that you use.
Yes. And
that's amazing. That's great.
Yes.
That changes the whole thing.
As long as you have somebody in charge of that won't screw with it. Like Logan just thought it would be funny. I mean, because it was. Ultimately, it's a joke. It's funny. Just like Violent Night's a crap movie, but you're going to watch it because it can be funny.
You mean a great movie.
But he was dicking around with us the other night when we were playing. We get into a round. We were doing the next set of courses to do a Grand Prix, right? And so we get onto we do the mine track, and all he had on there was boosts, the mushrooms, and inky squids. And we're like, what are you doing? And he's like, and I'm like, this isn't funny. This sucks. So we're like, so then he switches it up, and the only thing he gives you is a couple of other things. I'm like, okay, you can't be in charge of this anymore.
That'd be fun is to play Baby Park, the one that's just an oval for 7 laps, and just have red shells.
Right. I said, dude, you got to
what a
give
mess
me...
that would be.
Yes.
That would be awesome, actually.
Because he was like, well, you're complaining about this, but I gave you this. I go, dude, I need something long range. Because the one point we had boosts and coins, and boomerangs and bananas. And I'm like, I need something long range, So it just, that's cute and all, but you still need to keep it fair where, because if you have just junk or stuff that's not long range, then if you...
What if you just had blue shells? So every time someone got a question mark with a blue shell.
Oh my God.
That's the only
blue
thing
shells and lightning. How about that? Because then if you get lightning, you can get the blue shell away from them. That's kind of a good thing. So I don't know, but I was just like, dude, come on, seriously. Because if you have one pitfall, it's like Mario Kart on the Wii, where you don't get anything to catch up, and you just don't have a choice. You don't have a chance to catch up.
Pete says, Lance, me thinks you're showing too much familiarity with the Hallmark Great American Outdoor. Lance's mom and sister control the TV.
Constantly outvoted. I thought you guys would pick
My
Rocket
game of
League.
the year is definitely, obviously, going to be Splatoon 3. That's what I played the most of by far.
Operation Cloudfire. Yeah.
So I look for positives like Lacey. Chabert?
Is it Chabert?
I don't know.
Like Colbert?
Bobby Abear?
That actually is a good excuse. Oh, man. At least they don't outvote him on porn or something like that. That would be bad.
All right, I gotta look up who this is.
Oh, yeah, Lacey?
Oh, she was the youngest kid in Party of Five. Okay. I haven't seen her since Party of Five.
Wow.
Yeah, she was the little girl. Well, the parents were killed, so I guess there were just 3 kids. The guy from Lost. Her.
Okay.
Wait, was the other one Jennifer Love Hewitt? Was she in that show?
Yeah, I think so. She was in A Royal Christmas.
So I'm guessing the Hallmark probably has go-to actors that are in at least one movie every year.
I'd say so, yeah.
I bet you there's got to be actors who are just living off of Lifetime Christmas movies.
That would be nice. You just
get
have
your
a
hooks
nice
in that. It's like getting your hooks in doing voice acting for a Disney film.
Yes.
You get in, man, and you're set for life.
See, I'd love to do that.
Just keep calling you back.
That's if anybody has a lead on any voiceover work, let me know. With a name like Lacey, it must be Chabert. Oh, man.
Lance, I look for the positives.
Oh, man. Yeah, I've seen quite a few. Oh, and then there was, oh my gosh. I'm a huge Christmas Carol fan, so I watch a lot of those. So like there's the one with, I never watched the really, really old one that's a little choppy when you watch it just because it's so old. It's from the 30s. But then there's the one from the 50s, which that's the one that has Alistair Sim in it. And then they have George C. Scott. There's the musical one with Albert Finney. There's the Patrick Stewart. Then there's the Diva Christmas Carol, which I guess now they have a Diva Christmas Carol 2 or something. But Vanessa Williams was in the original one. And then they had I'm trying to think. Well, then Mickey Mouse, they have a 30-minute one. And there was the animated one that got me started in 1969. And but then there's this new one with Guy Pearce. And it was on FX, and it was a series. And I'm wondering if there's anybody out there that's a Dickens fan. You might want to check out Dickensian. And it'll take you till almost the end of it to figure out what's going on. But I wondered if it was the same people that made that, because it's a Christmas Carol, right? And they're dropping F-bombs, and it's like,
well, that's nice.
Wow,
that's weird.
Okay, so yeah, I'm like, did they just say? It's kind of like when I was watching Buck Rogers, that first one, and I'm like, did he just say shit? When that guy grabbed him, he grabs him, he's getting ready to throw him, and he goes, "Oh shit!" I was like, wait. But that's when Lance said that was just a chopped up version of the movie they were going to make. So,
oh, speaking of Henry Winkler, I saw him in one of these Christmas movies. It wasn't that one. It was I think he was a retired cop.
oh, okay.
I think his daughter was what's that actor's name? I can't think of it. She hosted Dog Eat Dog, the game show.
Oh,
I can't remember her name.
I wanted to watch that one. I haven't seen. I don't think I've ever watched it. I think I've seen part of it.
Did he have a leather jacket on?
I saw the Fonz in that years ago. Yeah.
I love it. Everybody just calls him the Fonz.
Yeah, the Fonz.
Hey, Blake Snow came up. Brooke Burns. That's right, Blake.
Brooke Burns. She's that hot. She burns.
Wait, is this the one with? No,
There's
that's a different one. I did see another one of those. I don't know if it's Lifetime or Hallmark, whatever, where Shelley Long and George Wendt were married, and they're basically Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Blake says she's still hot.
Yeah, good for her.
Good for her. What was this one? Last year's movie had dreamt. That's with Dermot Mulroney and Danny Glover, and was horrible.
That's hard to believe.
That's so hard to believe. They film multiple movies. Okay, simultaneously, one set. Okay. One set for 6 movies. Okay, we can get a 6-pack right here on this set. We just keep it rolling. One group comes in and one group goes in.
All right, Salvatore, here's your job for the next 30 minutes. Just tell us your favorite 2022 stuff, because I've forgotten all of it. The 20-minute conversation on the Amigo bidet was a high point of the year also. I completely forgot about that.
That's a highlight right now.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, don't play Hallmark Christmas movie trivia with Lance Jennings.
Oh, yeah, no.
He's going to school you all day long.
Nope, just get him on your team. That's what you want.
I'll take Lance.
Take Lance for 200, please. No, seriously, I'll pay you 200, Lance, to be on my team. Oh yeah, we used to talk a lot about bidets. Those were the bidets. That says talking about Christmas Train with Danny Glover. Okay, yes. We're gonna have to come up with a GoGameGo bidet. Oh man. Oh, hey, by the way, if anybody's interested, there's like this custom banner place on Amazon where you can go in and you can order up, whatever artwork on a banner. I just did my band logo, or I did my band's banner through them, and then I got 2 of them, 4x4. It's kind of that silky fabric with grommets in each corner. It's like $11 and change. The whole thing, 2 of them cost me $27 and some change. So if you guys are looking for something cool, like maybe would you like to have a GoGameGo banner? How about that? Because we could get those. It looks really cool. The image was really tight on it. Looks really good. And then I'm going to do a little bit of bidets versus Stephen Baldwin movies. So anyway, but yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of something to it because they are kind of sheer, and I'm not sure how that's going to show up on stage. So I'm kind of concerned. Blake, you'd like to get, okay. All right. Well, we'll work on that. We'll make them available. Somehow we'll work that out. Mike, well, hello. My light changed on my from orange to white on my my new pad here, my new Wacom tablet. I don't know why.
The time I tuned in and the show had morphed into cooking with Stu.
That's what did I make that night? Did I make the bread that night?
I don't even remember.
And the biggest issue was, I think the biggest issue that came up was that I should have baked another one ahead of time. So I had that annual, this is what it looks like.
Bidets versus Stephen Baldwin movies.
Yeah, right. It's yeah, there is actually. You can go on to GoGameGo Bidet. Yeah, you can get a coffee mug, right?
Oh
Jeff?
yeah, we've got
Instead of the t-shirt like Jeff has, you can get a coffee mug with it on there. The only thing that I always wonder if we should make it like a separate something where it's a longer graphic that would wrap all the way around. I'm always like that with the things that they have there. They just put the logo on one side, when in fact there's plenty of room there to put two logos on there. I don't ever get that.
I don't even think it's an option. I think you'd have to design artwork for it like that.
Exactly.
I guess you could just design it where it's blank in the middle and wrap, so it just looks like.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do that. So maybe you could just put the Go Game. Simon. You don't want CC Mental cleaning anywhere near it. It's going to turn out like Christmas Story and the leg lamp.
Oh, that's right. 2022 was the year of the Go Game Aquarium.
Oh yeah. Hey, do we still have 500? Right? We have 500, right?
Yeah.
Do I get the record out tonight and read that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Because we got a little time here. I can save it to the end.
How long is it?
Go ahead.
Here we go. Need more Vikings 2 unboxings. They're fascinating. Early 90s technology is a bonus.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I could make one that has Go Game Go logo on both sides. I didn't even think about that. You just have to make a really you just have to have a lot of blank space in there.
Oh, I think it was I'm trying to see where this photo is because
Game Aquarium likes my glass clean and unbroken.
Yeah.
No cracks, please.
May the aquarium stay unbroken.
Yeah, it's a 2023 goal. Don't kill the Go Game Aquarium.
Oh man. Let's see here.
I'm just waiting for Salvatore to come up with another highlight of 2022.
Oh man. Well, what is going on here? I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, yeah. The Go Game Aquarium is legendary. Yes, it is.
It is.
Oh, now that you are not on camera, Go Game Aquarium, they might let you get dusty. Yeah, that's true. I'll say go in there and take care of them.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Dust them.
All right, let me see if I can get this photo to show.
So what are you going to read? A letter from what was the circumstance? I can't remember.
Yeah, in fact, I just saw a video of this about this the other day. Okay, whatever. Okay, never mind. Stupid thing.
Yeah, Lance, I agree. I think the bracket shows are a big highlight every year. Those are fun.
Okay, so I may have to turn on some more lights here. Because otherwise I will not be able to read this. Back when I wrote this, I used to write very small. Did you ever have a time in your life where you wrote very small?
No.
Okay. Thanks for relating. Thanks.
Boys,
me out.
they usually write pretty big.
That really helps me out. Yeah, I've always written huge. Everybody can always read what I write.
Everybody I know writes big. I don't know anyone.
I don't
writes
know.
Small.
I don't know any slackers that write really small.
My sister
anyway.
writes really small.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, really, really small.
Well, Kiss was going through lots of changes and lots of crap after they did their solo albums in '78. They had their 2 huge albums in '77. They had Kiss Alive 2, and then they had and also Love Gun. Both came out that year. And then the next year is when they put out Double Platinum, two albums, and they had some updated versions of some of their classic songs on there. And then all 4 of the studio albums came out. Their solo records came out. So then after that, in '79, they had Dynasty, which had their big disco hit. And then they put out in '80, they put out Unmasked, which has the cartoon on the front. And at the last panel, they all take off their masks and their faces look painted. So, and then after that in '80, I was thinking it was '82, was their final Casablanca record. Ace Frehley didn't play on it, but he's pictured. And by then they had gotten rid of Peter and they got Eric Carr, and he was the Fox, right? Well, Vinnie Vincent is said to have played a bunch on that record, but he really didn't play that much on the record. I've just recently realized. But Ace Frehley didn't play a lick on that album, and he was in the video for I Love It Loud. But in something that I just watched recently, they're like, if you notice in the video, it looks like he does not know what he's doing in that song because he wasn't in on the recordings. So he didn't even really know the song. He just did the video and his picture was on the record, which has really got to be a weird sticking point, right? When you're a big superstar and your picture's on a record, you didn't even do anything on it. Okay. So it was a tough moment. And then right after that, Vinnie Vincent showed up. So anyway, I thought it was one of the best Kiss records ever, right? I'm sorry. I forgot about music from The Elder. Came out as well. I forgot about that. So, which was a travesty. It's like they say, it's not that it was a bad record. It just wasn't a good Kiss record. So then they put out Creatures of the Night with their second record with Eric Carr. And I thought it was so great that I wrote them a letter, mainly Gene Simmons, probably. So let me get over here and I will get it. And I'll turn on the lights and we will see what a mess I actually have here.
So Big Box says for 2023, I'm wishing you 1,000+ subs and beyond, and a great Phoenix quality rebirth of Go Game Aquarium. I like both of those, Big Box. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. Okay, so obviously I have a lot of crap in the way, and obviously Kiss is over there now.
True, Pete. We have premium editions on usually a couple times a year. Big Block caught an Ace pick at a Kiss concert.
Oh,
reunion tour.
Sweet. Well, and let me see if I can find it here.
When StashNet, of course, the great moments of 2022, when StashNet revealed she was female.
Oh, that's right. It wouldn't be over here. It would be over here.
Pete says we need to see the birth of the Hammer Away channel, whether or not it's a meeting place for the Rise of Skywalker fan club.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Oh, man. Okay, is this it?
Yeah, Pete, those premium edition game nights can be expensive.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite things. Is my Ace Frehley solo album autographed there. And when did he do that? God, 2013.
Oof.
It's been all those years ago.
Over 9 years. Wow.
That is crazy. Wow. So this is how it goes. Ace Frehley's was the best. And then Paul Stanley's was next. And then, I mean, only because it was better than Peter's album, comes Gene. What was the last song on this record? Does anybody remember? I think I mentioned it before. Can you read that? When You Wish Upon a Star. Yeah, Gene Simmons sings that song. So anyway, this album came out, and I fell back in love with Kiss when this thing came out, because it's such a great record. The other thing to note, the last song on the record, War Machine, co-written by Bryan Adams. So anyway, the album was great. Now we're finally at 500. So now I got to read my embarrassing note that I wrote. And I'll probably have to do this on Hammer Away as well. And I wrote it on my stationery that I made in high school. So, Dear Kiss. Oh, here we go. Are you ready?
Dear Kiss. Are they going to be reading it together, you think?
They're probably sitting around. Yeah, just like, okay, guys, are you ready? Should I go solo for this?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Here we go. All right, here we go. So my stationery, there you go. Drawing I did back in high school. Dear Kiss, I just bought the copy of Creatures of the Night and was very, very, very much impressed with it. I've noticed the vocal progression of Paul and Gene. I've grown up on heavy metal, and it's good to hear you're bringing back some of that good old style on the new album and mixing it with fresh new progressive instrumental work. I was telling a friend of mine last week how much I wished I could have been in the studio when you recorded I Still Love You, because it is reminiscent of those days in the 70s when love songs were felt and not just heard. Because Lord knows that song fits me just right now. Just right now. Who will be playing in Ace's place, and what's his symbol? And of course, we all know that ended up being Vinnie Vincent. Vincent Cusano is his real name. I'll really miss Ace, but who won't? Even though Gene Simmons was always my favorite and still is and always will be, no offense, guys, your band will always stand out as one of rock and roll's great bands. Kiss Alive was my first album ever, and I still have that copy. I have always thought it was one of the best live albums ever. Tell Ace I'm going to miss hearing him with you guys, and that I think he was one of the best guitarists of the 70s. Those were the days. Tell Eric I think he did a real fine job on the new album, and I'm looking forward to having more of him on the next album. Tell Paul his vocal as well as instrumental talent has progressed in a very good and exciting way. As for Gene, what I meant by the good old style is how you used to have that hard bass rhythm in the background. It's good to hear that again. I'll tell you one thing, though. If you do another album, do it in the same style as this new one. I'm sure it will sell real well. Real well.
Real well.
It's going to sell real well.
And what was the response?
The response was crickets, because I kept it in my record because I never sent it.
Oh, you never sent it?
That's what my thing was. I'm like, I never sent this letter. That's why I remember what it says. So maybe one of the members will see this show. I'm sure they're watching right now.
I bet.
They're probably having a sleepover watching the show, as they do probably every Wednesday. You know, like that.
Kiss loves GoGameGo.
They do. They do. They do. Paul just regrets never sending us an invite to his wedding.
Bastard.
Son of a bitch. But you know, that doesn't make us any different than Gene Simmons. He didn't get invited either.
So how old were you when you wrote that?
Well, that was 1981, right? 82. 81. 81 was Music from the Elder.
So were you like a senior in high school, or?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, maybe a junior, maybe gonna be a senior. Probably came out in the summer. I'm trying to remember when it actually hit. So, oh, look at that big block. And thank you, Pete. Appreciate that. Bought Creatures on vinyl too late. It had a newer cover. Oh, well, now wait a minute. So now wait a minute. You bought what the hell's the name of it? Yeah, because the next record is when they took the makeup off. Lick It Up came after that. And I think I have that one on vinyl too. Yeah. I had that one, and I have Asylum, and I have Crazy Nights. I think I have all of those. I think I have Crazy Nights. But yeah, sometimes they have people to respond back. Yes, that's true as well. Many years ago, I got a picture. I sent a letter out to David Soul, Hutch, when Starsky and Hutch, right? So I sent a letter out, and I actually got a little note back with a photo. And it was autographed, but it was printed autographed, right?
It said, David Soul, Starsky sucks.
Leave me the hell alone. Don't give up on us, baby.
Did he do anything after Starsky and Hutch?
Huh?
Did David Soul do anything after Starsky and Hutch, or even before?
Yeah, he did Salem's Lot, the Stephen King movie with that was made for television. He was in it. Did you ever see that?
No.
It's really good. It's creepy, man. The chief vampire they had in there, very Nosferatu. Nosferatu had the just bald with the big teeth. Scary though. It's creepy. But then the kid that was in that movie was the kid that was in all the after school special movies too. Real clean cut, kind of longer hair. Tor, it was you, Salvatore. It was you treating. What am I saying here?
I think in a DJC stream.
Oh,
DJC. You must have said go watch Hammer Away Trivia on GoGameGo.
Yeah.
So she went there and then followed the channel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was great hearing from StashNet when I was doing the show. So I'm looking forward to it again. I've just got to get the theme thing, and I got the new computer so we can do.
Oh yeah,
do that stuff.
The sitcom bracket show, that was a big one. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Did we do the candy last year? Was that 21?
I think it was this year.
Was it this year too? Yeah,
I think so. I don't think it was that long ago, was it?
I don't think so.
Maybe in the spring.
I don't think so. Yeah, and that's the big thing right now. I wish I could get to that photo. I have a photo of Christine and I down at Vintage Vinyl. They have this huge. I mean, I don't know what the measurements on it is. It's a huge copy of the album cover blown up, and because it's the 40th anniversary, obviously. So they have a whole big 40th anniversary release on it, and it's too fargan expensive for me to buy it.
Yeah, Night Court starts in January.
Oh, what's the date on that? Do we know?
StashNet's missed all of our bracket shows.
What? You can go back and watch them, I guess. But
yeah,
Not like
wait.
being there live. Because you can vote.
He said it was late 2021.
See, that's what I was thinking.
Wow, really. I would actually be interested to know everyone that's watching how they found the channel.
Oh,
Curious.
Yeah.
How did you find GoGameGo?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We should all meet up and play Rocket League together on New Year's Eve.
Damn straight we should. That is a brilliant idea, Salvatore. That is a brilliant idea. Definitely tell Mike. Just have them show up.
I just love that night. The more Pete drank, the more French he spoke, and the better he got.
He got sexier the more he drank. I look forward to 2023 as well. We have a gig next month. I'm looking forward to that next and then keep your eyes open. What I'll try to do is we usually have some live stuff, but maybe I'll try to do a live stream on either Edge of Blue. If you haven't checked it out, check out Edge of Blue STL. I'll put it down here in the thing. I mean, I guess I could put the link, but yeah, you can check out the band. I'll do that.
Yeah, the polls replaced your whiteboard, Stuart.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I was outsourced by technology.
Pete found us via Amico All Access. That's right, because we're popping up on there.
Yep. Yeah, and Stashnet mentioned the Elton John trivia night. That was a fun one. That was cool. I enjoyed doing that.
Lance found us after a search for Amico.
Ah.
So, Lance, does that mean so you didn't see the first Tommy video we did? Or you saw it later and not live?
Yeah, I wonder.
Big Block found the channel through the Gamers United Guild. Started with Amico, then DJC, and then found you decent people. Well, thanks, Big Block.
Fantastic.
On a selfish note, I'd like to thank you guys as well as all the chat who has welcomed me onto their show so many times. Great times and great friends. I agree, Pete. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's cool to go to other people's shows and see a lot of the same people in the chat.
Yeah. Isn't that wild? I jumped over to DJC's and I'm like, whoa, here's everybody. We were just hanging out.
What are you guys doing here? What's interesting, Lance said he saw us talking Amico shortly before the.
So I wonder if that would have been on
the Amico show before we talked to Tom. It was like really early though. It was like first month or two. That first Amico show.
I was so impressed that you got that interview with Tommy because that was the first thing you were talking about. It was like we
literally. Let's see, what do we have? I don't even know if we had 20 subs. And I just sent him a message. Hey, want to do the show? He's like, sure. Like, what? Okay, I didn't expect to say that.
I wonder if CC Mental Force, that force that you use for them, is the same that Stashnet uses for the Hallmark shows.
Well, because early 2020, is the terrible COVID year.
Yeah.
We were both home all day, all night.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was watching, because that's when the Amico thing was really big. I was watching everyone's shows. And I was watching, I found OAB Pete pretty early on. I just was watching the shows. And then I started chatting, which I never really chatted in any live stream before.
I remember early on when you asked me, hey man, I think it would be great if we could be on this. I was on this last week. These guys, it's OAB Pete, and then I was like, oh, okay. And so then I was on there and things got rolling. I remember I was back in the other room when we first started.
That's right. You're in a different spot.
Yeah. I had a little area built up back there, and
this is I've had 3 spots.
Yeah, you have.
So Pat Saboteur got here from OAB Pete to Papa Pete to GoGameGo.
Wow.
That's
I
interesting.
never had a problem saying it correctly, Saboteur, I'm sure. That's probably one of my all-time favorite things. It's how everybody would say the show name when we first started.
Oh, I wish OAB Pete still had his videos up because I'd like to clip that off the first time I sent a message in. I've got like a picture of it for some reason.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what he called GoGameGo. It wasn't even close.
GoGameGo, I think he kept, or
It wasn't GoGameGo. It was something else.
Yeah, it was
hilarious. Nerd Grave, how's it going? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hey, all right, Frosty. All right, I will do that. I will do that.
GoGameGo. GoGameGo.
GoGameGo.
Dale Brown
popped in.
I have no, I haven't heard anything from Tommy in months and months.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
And I know
no clue, unfortunately. Hope everything's well.
Yeah. Yeah,
everything's good.
Absolutely.
Of all the live streams, I love this Wednesday night one. Always good for laughs, and we talk so many different subjects. It's fun.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true about the different subjects. You never know. You never know what we're going to talk about.
Because we don't have topics. We don't need no stinking topics.
My wife followed the same path. She watched OAB Pete, then Papa Pete, and then she watched us.
See? It was a whole new world. You opened me up here with all this stuff. I was just like, what? Who are these people? What is going on? And Jeff was very knowledgeable about, I mean, not only is he knowledgeable about the games, much more than me. When it comes to music, that's when I do what he does with games and sports, or at least baseball. What's your best sport that you know the most? Baseball or hockey?
Baseball, hands down.
Baseball. Then hockey?
I don't know. I haven't really followed anything besides baseball in a while now.
Okay.
I mean, I used to follow football and hockey like crazy.
Gotcha.
Heck, in the 80s, I was a huge tennis fan.
Wow.
McEnroe and Borg and Connors, all those guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I loved watching tennis back then.
Yeah. And there was even that cool time. What was it? Was it early mid 80s when golf was pretty cool with Greg Norman and, you know, some of the other folks that I wouldn't be able to mention. I just know that he came through our area on the Hardee's tour. And my buddy went to go see it. So it's always interesting though to me when Jeff was telling me about different shows that were out there and who's out there talking about what. I'm like, my God, how do you tap into all that? But I do it now. You know, I do it with music stuff or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, on YouTube. I mean, 2020. I don't know. I didn't really watch much TV. It was just YouTube, like constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think one of the things I think gets tough with YouTubing now too, with watching it. I mean, some things hit certain people and then you think this is funny. You need to watch, or I'll just have it on between, you know, like pitch meeting or something. And I'll have that on when Chris is nearby, but it's like, she doesn't know. She's like, okay, that's enough. I'm like, oh, because I was going to watch like 5 more because I think they're funny. And they're, you know, anywhere from 4.5 to 6.5, 7 minutes. That's it. So, you know.
Yeah. Lance, our appearance on the NLG show, man, that was over 4 hours long. I don't know how I made it.
It totally turned into GoGameGo. It was no topics.
I know the whole chat turned into GoGameGo. It's hilarious. And I'd like to say I went that whole 4 hours without using the bathroom. I don't even know how I did it. That's an all-time record. It's a GoGameGo record.
You were so engaged that your bladder didn't even have a chance.
That time the show ran too long. That? Yeah, we did briefly hold the all-time record for their show.
We did.
Someone passed us up. I can't remember who it was, but
well, now, like our first show with Tommy went 3
something like that, close to it.
Because he was saying something about, because he joked right in the beginning about it maybe lasting like 4 hours. And then it lasted like 3 hours. Which is just, I mean, I've had situations like that before. Like when I talked to Doug Pinnick from King's X and we just kept chatting. And it was like 2.5 hours long. And I'm like, thanks for spending all this time. I really
I'm
appreciate
surprised
it.
it wasn't 20 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like our 8th or 9th show.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it was
Now,
like,
if you go back and if you Google it, well, not Google it, but if you search for on YouTube, it'll say it was episode 10. It was not episode 10.
interesting.
It wasn't quite episode 10, and I didn't bother to see how many shows there were, even though there was less than 10. I don't know why I didn't bother. I just made it 10. It sounded better.
I just made it 10.
Yeah, so it's not really 10. That's not, I think it's not, I thought, well, it sounds more impressive than 8.
Well, I know I've got some people in mind that I'm really, when the show gets back, I'm really eager to talk to Iron Maiden. I want to get some talks with them. And then again, I want to get back to talking with even local musicians and even other regional musicians that are, in other areas.
Did we
If
get
I hear about somebody, if you know somebody who's a musician that works constantly in a certain area where you are, any of you guys watching here, hanging with us tonight, if you know a musician in your area that you'd like to, that you think would be interesting to talk to, then I'd love to do that too. Because it's just about musicians, about music, it's about life, it's about art, and it doesn't matter, well, you wouldn't want to talk to them because they play this kind of, no, they're musicians. Let's talk about it all, because I'd still love to talk to Garth Brooks because he's got a lot of the same mentally, he's got a lot of that same framework that I grew up loving, Queen, Kiss, all that stuff. You don't end up on the Kiss tribute record because you never liked them, so, but yeah.
Nerd Crave, I have not gotten a Steam Deck. Probably won't. They're just a little expensive for me.
So you won't be decking the halls with a Steam Deck?
I have a Stream Deck, but not a Steam Deck.
Not a Steam Deck.
Yeah, the Papa Pete intros were definitely a big thing.
I mean, and you can't beat that. You can't beat that. Ah, there you go, man. There you go.
Can't beat it. Nope.
And that reminds me, I still got a package. You know who's missing tonight, right?
Who?
Did we hear from JD earlier tonight?
Oh, that's right. Where is JD?
I don't know, but I'm
in a hockey game.
I'm missing him.
Wait,
because I actually have a package I got to send to him, and now I have one I have to send to Pete. So, it's not so much, oh, you got us all that stuff, I better send you. It's not like that. It's just, it's the way it works with us, this league of gentlemen, if I can say so, and ladies, and it just, but I know within our 5 folks here that, chat and do the show together sometimes and stuff, we just do that sometimes. You're like, oh, this would be cool, I think they'd like this. So I bumped into something at the store I got to send to. Were you just patting him on the head?
I think it'd be cool to do a whole show like this and not even mention him.
Just
yeah.
I think it'd be really cool if we could get an animated version of him. And so Papa Pete could pop in, and then that's what it would be. And it would be animated that the mouth would go like a Monty Python.
Add Salvatore to your Rocket League friends list.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But the O is a 0.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
How many Funko Pops were bought after a GoGameGo show?
Oh, dude,
that was the beginning of the Papa Pete intros.
It was
because he bought a B. Arthur Funko Pop.
Yes. And that was it, man. That's what started it. The GD Go Game Go campaign started there. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's especially with all the stuff that we have. There's something that maybe I have that I'm like, yeah, I don't need that here anymore. But they would really get a kick out of it, and then you just send it on. And I ended up with something extra. I don't know how I did it, but that's one of the things I'm going to send off to JD, because I'm like, oh, he needs to have this. So yeah, it's great though, everybody. We really appreciate it. Another great year, and we're heading into celebrating our 3rd year, right?
Yeah.
Coming in April, right?
June.
And like I said, in June.
Yeah, the night I found a bootleg Chinese GoGameGo mask on Amazon. That was so weird.
That was weird.
Oh,
That was weird.
what? Strange.
We're like, hey, wait, what is this? It's on Amazon? What?
Let me double check, make sure it's still not there. It took them about 3 weeks to take it down.
Nerd Crave got a clip from a buddy of a Mr. Belvedere theme. Oh, the memories. That's a great logo. I love that.
Yeah, it was a good logo.
It's a great one. So now we'll work on getting some of those banners. If you guys would love to have a banner, we'll have to come up with what we think would be a good, something to have. And I mean, tell me what you would like. I thought I'd definitely do like a banner with the logo and our caricature faces on it. Like,
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because I would love to. I'd hang that right here, and I got to get one made of the of Hammer Away too. So, but yeah, let us know if you'd be interested in that. You guys have the email address, right? What's the same email address you could send, or you could message us on the Facebook page.
Facebook page, Twitter, or let's see. Yeah, Facebook is Go Game Go Show. What else was there? Oh, I thought I had something for.
There you go.
I guess I don't. Oh,
Facebook post.
This is basically Go Game Go, but it's Go Game Go, because Go Game Go was taken for some reason. At gmail.com.
Oops, sorry. There you go. Yep, there you go. And junior high, we had a field trip to Mr. Belvedere taping. Bob Euchre cussed a lot when he messed up his lines.
That's the beauty of living out in California.
Right?
We never got a chance to go to a taping of anything.
No, and it's also like the beauty of growing up in Canada. I mean, it's, they had bands like Rush, Triumph, Max Webster. These guys used to go around, Bryan Adams, and they'd play at high schools when they were first getting going. That's kind of how they went out and, what do they call it? What do they call it? Cutting their teeth, on playing live, get out there and just do a gig for the high schools. So, yeah.
Yes, outtakes are always good, Dale.
Do you ever watch an outtake, though, like in a movie, like on a DVD, and they have outtakes, or what do they call them?
A blooper?
Yeah, like a blooper reel, and it's not very funny, or...
Yeah, sometimes I think they think it's funny, but...
Yeah. A lot of times it's just some of them dancing weird, and you're like, oh, I don't know, that's one of those things. You're telling the story, and you get to the end, you're like, right? And they're just standing there. You're like, yeah, I guess you had to be there. Yeah, that's what it's like. But yeah, they have had them on the Avengers, some of the Marvel movies, things. But
hey, Lance, don't blame us for Tickle Trunk. That's a Papa Pete problem right there.
but it did go public here, so I do understand. I do understand. I feel your pain.
Stashnet, don't even ask.
I don't even want to know about it. You can look it up. I'm sure you'll find it out there. It's a children's television show, if you can believe it. It's an adult who had a tickle trunk on a kid's show.
And it was wholesome.
Oh, you mean wholesome?
Oh, don't be disappointed, Stashnet. Trust me. They just released a new Christmas ornament of the tickle trunk. Mm.
You know what? You know what? It's coming. I got ideas in my head. Oh Lord.
Is there a tickle trunk tree topper?
I already have the one that goes with it, so I'm waiting for the single version to come out.
Pete,
Then I'll be grabbing it. I'll be grabbing a tickle trunk. That doesn't sound right.
Pete, you need to do a whole video on all your tickle trunk memorabilia.
Oh man.
Hold on, breaking news. Wait, Dale Brown met Mr. Dress Up.
Yeah, right?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Because where was that?
Dale.
It was here. Yeah. Ernie was a wonderful person. I met him. And then what else? Oh, yeah. Sometimes they have like the animated. Some of my favorite ones are like the Toy Story ones, because they were still kind of learning how to use all that stuff, the animation process. And so either things would be off, like the eyes for Woody would be like down here or something, or they'd be hanging out off of his head or over here. His eyes are moving back and forth here. I just thought those were great. Today's special is a crazy Canadian kids show. Yes. Yes.
I learned about dress chips on
Yeah.
GoGameGo.
Yeah. I learned how Canadian they were. And now I have no problem finding those Schnooks ones anymore. Now, I don't know what the deal is. Ever since we had them on the show, you can find them all there all the time. Oh, he's from Maine. About 3 hours from him. Huh. The Rhyming Moe's Muffy. Muffy. Oh my God. Once we did a video in college and we were dancing on tables and I fell. They played when we aired in class as a blooper. I'm so embarrassed. Oh man, that's like funniest home videos, right?
I know.
How many times have we seen that? The table collapses and they're like, woo! It's like a slide. And they just go.
That happened on the Stooges. Mo was up there putting something on a wall, maybe painting, I can't remember. And either Curly or Larry came by and he put a plank on the table Mo was standing on, and he took a saw and he went zzz, to cut it in half, and he cut the table in half. Of course, Mo just took one step back and boom, down he went.
Oh God, yeah, I remember that.
And he actually broke his leg on that fall.
Wow,
poor Mo.
When we think of the Stooges, and we probably ought to get going here. But when we think of the Stooges, were there? How does it go with the Stooges? Because I've been a fan of the Stooges, but I'm not a super fan. So how does it work with the Stooges? Did they have seasons of the Stooges, or
no? It was well, it started out Mo, Larry, Shemp with Ted Healy.
Okay.
Ted Healy was a vaudeville comedian. He had the Stooges as like his little group there.
Okay, so Shemp was first.
Shemp was first, but not on TV
Oh,
or not in the movies. This was just like stage work.
okay. I got you.
I think there was a movie with Ted Healy and the Stooges. Matter of fact, I know there was. But I can't remember if that was Shemp or if it was Curly. But anyway, Shemp left because he hated Ted Healy. So then Mo talked Ted Healy into taking his little brother Curly.
Oh, okay.
And so they did some more stage stuff. But then they started doing shorts for Columbia. And you know, like the old, you know, a long time ago when you go see a movie, you'd see a cartoon,
Like Little Rascals,
maybe a newsreel, and then a short like Little Rascals or
Superman.
yeah, or Stooges.
Yeah.
So Curly was the first one. It was Mo, Larry, Curly. So he was the first one with that group on those shorts.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So I don't know. They made, I think, 200 total, right around there.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many a year they do. But they did they did from 34 to, I think they made it into the 50s with Joe. I don't even know if anyone was doing shorts for movies back then in the 50s. I mean, there couldn't have been too many still doing shorts like that.
Was it late 40s when the why can't I say their name? The Fleischer brothers were doing Superman? Were those in the 40s?
Man, I don't know.
I wonder if those were post-war shorts that they put in front of those. I can't remember. I own it. I have it over there, but those were pretty magical. They may have been goofy. I mean, the physics may have been a little off, but those were good. I mean, the animation, how fluid the animation was, it's just
yeah. The shorts were interesting because I always assumed that they were square because of TV. I thought they just chopped it, but they were filmed that way. They weren't filmed widescreen like the movies.
Huh.
I don't know how that would affect the cost of it. I could see the animation.
Yeah.
You got less stuff. I didn't understand that, but yeah.
Huh. And Dale says Larry didn't know the violin right away. Learned it later on.
Well, see, I always heard that he was playing it in vaudeville.
Huh. Oh.
Larry also was a professional boxer for like 3 bouts.
Wow.
The Cincinnati Kid.
Ah.
I don't think he was from Cincinnati, though.
Was in the 60s. And It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. Oh, I didn't know they were in that. Huh. Wild. Yeah, I was just wondering because my question to one of my students who was talking to me about them. So they were during the war. Okay, so they were early mid 40s. They were Superman went over and kicked Japanese butt and went up. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Right. I know. Yeah. And Brian, I hadn't seen Brian earlier tonight. Brian just get here? Brian been here?
No, I don't think I've seen him.
Oh yeah,
wow.
Norman Fell and Don Knotts were both in Mad World. Mad World.
And can you imagine they would have just known they would have been on a 1970s
sitcom, one following the other.
One would replace the other.
Wow. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, the Stooges are interesting.
Well, yeah, so I was wondering, I asked the student, I said, how many, I said, so how many, first of all, how many of their shows dealt with them getting a new job? And how many jobs did they do? You know, they were mechanics, doctors, dentists, bakers, you know, plumbers.
Yeah,
so I just was wondering. Well, I'll do a little research on that and see
plumbers. What a great episode.
I think about the mechanic one all the time when they had the leftover parts. He just lifted the hood and they just threw them in.
That's the super service one. They're all three running around super service and they're fixing cars and.
Oh shoot! Oh, and speaking of Don Knotts, my niece, I thought it was great. She mentioned Mr. Limpet, the incredible Mr. Limpet, the other day.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I could hug you right now. And but I'm wondering, because you mentioned him earlier tonight, how many people, because it's a good film. I have them both on they're both on the same laser disc. It's a gatefold laser disc, and it has the Ghost of Mr. Chicken, and it has the Reluctant Astronaut. Have you seen that?
Mm.
Where Leslie Nielsen, he plays pretty much a straight role, and as a young guy, and he's an astronaut, and then Don Knotts works there, and so that's the whole premise about him going, and he's the reluctant astronaut. But it's a good film. But Leslie Nielsen's in that. I thought you might want to check that out.
Video game of them getting new jobs to save an orphanage, which is the same premise as the movie that came out,
which was good.
I really like that movie.
I like it too. Do you own it?
I think so.
All right.
I think I have it on Blu-ray.
Head job, or yeah. See, there you go.
That's
Isn't
right.
that
Yeah, it was. Yep, same deal.
You wonder if that's maybe where they got it.
Probably.
You know.
All right, should we take off? We went an extra half hour because DJC doesn't have a show tonight.
Yeah, well. There you go, and it's the last show of the year, so we should do a little. We should do a little bonus chat.
That's right.
Little chat, chittity chat.
All right. Well, thanks for a great year, everyone. 2023. Let's hope it's a good one for all.
I know it will be. Because I'll be back with some Hammer Away, and we'll be back with GoGameGo, and we'll have banners available soon. So I'll design it. We'll get it together, and we'll do it.
I ended up buying a copy too. Yeah.
So yeah, I need to look into getting a copy of that, because I enjoyed it. I won't be buying a copy of Violent Night, but
so
maybe I'll buy
one. Show is January 4th.
Pete, what's that?
Next show is January 4th.
Oh yeah, and then 10 days later, I got my gig.
Excellent.
Ta-da.
All right. We are taking off. Thanks, everyone.
Can you go, Gabe, go?
Damn
it. He's out.
Pete just pops in.
He's like a pop-up Pete.
I'm bringing you right back, Pete. You can play that game.
Oh, shoot.
It's a good thing I wasn't picking my nose. See, look, right there.
Ooh.
Mr. Dress Up.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
But to get the tickle trunk decoration, you have to buy it with this one. I already have this one.
Oh.
I don't think the tickle trunk's not on my Mr. Dress Up coffee mug.
Oh my God. You're gonna have to have a beer out of that at our next show, you know.
There you go. Oh, I am flipping open the tab, right, to open it up.
Yes.
I'm written on it right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. What's it say?
See? Now you're OEB Pete.
Souvenirs that don't suck.
Look at this. Stashnet is bummed. She thought that was the tickle trunk.
No, I don't have it. The tickle trunk.
Mr. Dress Up.
It's not even on the mug.
Oh, good Lord.
Wait a minute. Dale ran into John Ritter and didn't know it until stepdad told me.
Wow.
Well, that's pretty cool. You ran into him, though.
And again, that's where I fell in love with Ann Archer.
Pete, are you going to give us a live Go Game Gone?
Oh, I suppose you can't leave till I do that, right?
We did a live intro.
That would
do a live
that's
outro.
The proper way. Yes. I mean, we have to
go game.
Oh, how's it going to end?
Gone.